Really, they just picked them apart in that retake, and PENTA is looking very grim for them at this point. I believe they would be better off just saving one round actually at this point, and then going for a third round buy since they got the bomb down. That would be the best bet in terms of trying to grind that comeback. A lot of the times you've actually seen PENTA do a lot of risky buys in this situation, but they actually do come and take that more cautious approach, and I think at this point the wiser as well.
So C's will jump up toward the van, cover off B, not going for an aggressive cat play this time. Edward's going to sit back in the site. They don't want to get rushed by something along the lines of a Tech 9 perhaps. Nex is the only one that has one though.
They can really smell that B push coming as well. They're really ready for it. They both actually have their nades in their hand, and that nade may do just a lot of damage.
Get round and build up more of a bank.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of pressure on Nex and Crystal here in B site. Just in a moment, as an execution towards B side is about to happen. Nex is very much pushed up here. Makes it work though.
Makes it work indeed. Sprays through. And the SMG is so strong, and he also picked up a Tech 9, so double insult with cheap economy. He gets down Edward. C's does find one, as does Zeus, so they've got a bit of an opening toward the site. But that's going to be canceled out. Speedy and Dennis, quick kills. 3-0's now our score, and now NaVi looks to bring out the big guns.
Actually,
or do they? No, they can't, because that Tech 9 kept them just below the mark.
Yeah, because they made an investment on the second round as well. So there's no money in the bank for them to make a full buy here in the fourth either. So yeah, they're going to be having to opt for a bit of an eco. Although they've invested in some smokes, so probably going to see a bit of an A execute.
Just means they've got more time to read.
Definitely, and the early start, it's going to be PENTA, very important for PENTA here, considering they're the underdog in this matchup. And seems like NaVi is building up on a push here. A pretty standard 3 from the palace area and two from down middle, from the look of it.
Well, already they go in. They want to execute it onto A. They have come around the corner. Smoke's just now going off on jungle. Dennis had some line of sight, but he's already countered. Edward's got the shot back into him. Crystal's going to catch out Zeus. And now it's a man advantage right now for PENTA on the CT side, so defensive side. Edward gets tagged up. NK is going to be the one that does the damage onto him, and he actually gets the better of the kill in the end. Although there was a little bit of help from Speedy, and he's also got that secondary kill as well. So Guardian falls back 1-on-4. And he's only got 36 HP, so very quickly he will be found.
Yep. And what he did, he just pushed through the smoke, got the second kill, didn't manage the third kill. The 2 kills weren't enough. His teammates took care of the rest, and yeah, NaVi. They're 14-8 up right now, and PENTA having to go on a force buy, though they haven't offered for Dennis, and who's playing very aggressively here on A slope.
But Zeus spamming away that FAMAS. Yeah. Insufficient. I'm sorry, sir, your gun is not big enough here. So he falls back, 16 HP left for Dennis, and that's your op player, so that's significant damage dealt. He'll readdress things by heading toward Palace instead. Doesn't want to go the same way twice. It's actually Speedy and NK that go back to the ramp, so a complete swap of where the A players were located. Crystal's still over toward B. Nex is on the horseshoe, looking toward mid right now. There's no one directly there. It's Edward who's back toward the ladder room.
Yeah.
It's at least sees just in time before the bomb's in position, but they counter him out, and Nex is all that's left. Low HP for him, 34, M4 in hand, and coming from jungle. They will flash down towards CT. That's where they originally thought he was, but now they know. And that nade's going to go out, catches him, and the headshot actually does the kill, but it's 4-4 again.
Yeah. That round, Edward being up there towards window, his position was known, so it was all up to Flamey and Z's getting those picks from Apps and from Palace in A slope, and they did just that and picked apart that A defense. And so they're just playing where I think their communication at this point is just the team play is working tremendously for NaVi, and they're relying a lot on those individual instinctive plays from their players, and they're just doing a lot of good calls at this point, and it's looking NaVi is definitely in the driver's seat as PENTA here on the 9th round on a save.
It will be answered. Does have this bomb, so at this point I think he's just going to play for this plant. He wants to get it down and get money working and flowing toward NaVi. Excuse me as my voice continues to be troublesome, but that's no worry. He's actually going to go underpass. So he's going for a full wraparound here, just trying to split up the defense. If he can get the first pick on either side, it does give him a chance to take the one-on-one and get, like I say, this bomb down. That has to be goal number one, priority number one, just to get the bank rolling and get them into the third round. That way it won't go 3-0. We might see 2-1 and keep it close early on. He's actually worked inside A. Next didn't hear him go. He was silent in doing it, so NK's got to spot this cross he has. He takes the first shot. Next will pop out behind him. He tries to hold the plant, gets the first kill, but immediately traded.
Yeah, there was no way he was getting that plant down unless PENTA really mucked up the round. But yeah, overall, NaVi just, they went for that quite typical 3 from Palace push, but it didn't work out for them. They got the first kill, I believe, but still.
Oh, man. Don't leave me hanging. Okay, he's already back. We're good.
All right.
So problem's already resolved, but again, it's going to be a very, very tight buy for them. They will go all the way in, but not a lot of nades coming out so far. Dennis does have smoke and one flash to work with. We'll see if they can execute with that alone.
I'm sure they're going to come up with some more flashes and smokes with...
It might be worth it to actually... So NK actually went for the AK as well, grabs the decoy with the smoke, but it might be worth it for Crystal to grab a Galil and try and get another smoke out. Yeah, he does. Yeah. Okay, so now he goes full nades with the Galil buy.
So them having 3 smokes, that's gonna, that's gonna allow them to do a viable push on one of the sites. Obviously, not as well or as efficiently as they would wish for, but nonetheless, it's better than nothing at this point. They are severely down in this match, and they're definitely not the favorite side at this point. So, AK though gets the first pick, and Edward retaliates. It's just going back and forth. Next, also Edward. 3-3, not 3-4 in favor of
situations. The better off that situation or that role will be for him, and we've already got Zeus back.
It's going to be, I think it's going to be a thing of the future, and you're going to have more and more coaches being introduced to teams, especially players that have had a lot of especially playing CSGO a lot. I think that's going to help you when you have someone with the knowledge and the understanding of things and how they unfold, helping you as a 6th man watching from behind, because you just see things so much more thoroughly when you're watching from behind, and it's easier to catch mistakes. As we have Guardian already picking up Crystal here, getting that early pick, winning that op duel, and yeah, Guardian just showing off again that he's taking a lot of big kills for his team.
NK's up close again. He is playing very forward in A, and that's something to note because we haven't seen a lot of A take executions with smokes yet.
Not straight up, no. They've been late round.
Yeah, exactly.
You should come up here. Assuming from their positioning. Yep. Going to be smokes down to CT spawn.
And there it is. They'll rain them over. So they're sticking to this A so far. Edward is lurking this time back toward middle. Crystal's going to catch him, though, from Catwalk as soon as he comes around. Or is he? There's a close smoke to deny it. NK's already got down Flamey. So the new members of each team exchange, and it's NK that comes out on top of it. Zeus does catch him off in shadow as he drops down the ladder, but Dennis already finding him in return, and Dennis is going to go further, takes down Guardian. Edward at least gets one when he comes up from Connector, but he's all that's left. Is Seized is now going to drop as well, and it's 4-0 for PENTA. This is a great start, and NaVi, of course, they are on T side. They'll only need a few rounds. It's not like they're on the back foot just yet, but they're making it hard for themselves. Finally, we see AKs come out.
Yeah, I think a bit of a risk from them to do the early buys they did on the 2nd and the 3rd. That's putting a lot of well, they got
the pass and he retreats, he falls back. Seas can't even get the secondary kill to follow it up, so they can't trade it out. Great play from Dennis to start it off. This gives them a bit more of a chance in the round, but Edward already finds Nex in response.
Yeah, that was an important trade-off for them. Definitely, that's gonna be PENTA, keep PENTA on the back foot, and that's gonna make NaVi also rotate from B apps. They're going to be taking their attack to the other side, actually. While we have Season already contesting A from Connector, but NK just gets that pick.
And that's an important pick because
definitely, yeah,
when they fell back, that was their best chance to try and open up A site. Crystal's already back toward jungle side, and Dennis on CT stairs. This is looking like it could be a good hold from PENTA. Edward's low HP as well, 22 for the bomb carrier, and he's got to cross the long way into the site. They've only got 2 smokes to work it. Zeus doesn't have one. It's got to be from the backside that they throw them in, and Crystal's already found Zeus up close with the op. They do trade him out. Guardian gets the kill. He'll drop that nade in deep as well, and Edward's already dropped, and they're going to rush it toward B. Speedy's still out toward mid. That's your cat player that's trying to support, but now he has to fall back, and he can't do it. Seized already catches him on the return. So another bomb plant for NaVi, and another round they look to have full control of. Like you said, it is pistols, but they're starting to add up. It's starting to not matter. They just need to get the wins on PENTA's side. get the wins and get the wind in their sails. As Seized will collect NK, and it's all Crystal. He's trapped inside checker room as well. Flamey does go past him. Flamey does go past him. Flamey, why? What? Crystal's going to let him go. He actually just wants the exits, and he's going to take the extra money. That's actually smart at this point because he's got the extra money. He's got the AK. Flamey turns back on him, does get the kill, but this gives him an extra 1,500.
Definitely. And now it's Penta's turn to try and switch things up, and let's see how they react to this situation. Are they going to put up an AWP or not? You can tell Penta hasn't had much success in middle, so they've really switched their emphasis towards the A side. They're just waiting for those smokes and then just scrape him up and try to get those early pick. And NK, there we go. Just gets that pick and leaves Flamey alone on A side in shadow.
Flamey does get NK as well. There's your response. Dennis gets one with the op. Looks for more. Catches Zeus as well. Now they've got to way into A because both remaining NaVi players are all the way over on B. Edward's going to come around from catwalk. He's low. He's on 30, and he has the Mac 10. Not the best angle to fire from that distance, so he drops down. He'll head in quickly toward the connector. Seized is going to be the one that's up close. He's got your M4, and they know where both players are. They have to at this point, or do they know? They're still checking toward the A ramp. Dennis with the op's going to be the first to catch them on the cross. He's low HP, but if he hits this shot, it becomes so much easier for them because the AK's still in position. He actually lagged the second player, and Speedy from middle catches Guardian entirely looking the wrong direction, not aware that he's there, and now it's just Seized that's left. Everyone's on low HP in the entire server right now. 17, 11, 4, I guess 44 next could consider himself lucky. But bomb's going to detonate, and they'll all survive.
Yep.
And Seized is going to try and run. He wants this op back. Does he get it? I don't think he got there in time. No, so he only gets the M4.
He's got the money to buy one if he wanted to and drop it to Guardian.
He was trying to find Guardians. That
Yep,
was the
there
one.
we go.
Okay, good call.
Guardian just dropped an A4 for another player, and they're getting a pretty decent buy here out of it.
But again, they've still got a decent buy going against them as well for Penta. Speedy up above, looking toward the stairwell, making sure no one wants to get aggressive in response. Flamey back inside the site, just Countex has bomb. Dennis and Crystal already inside Palace. NK outside the ramp. Speedy sitting back. Looks like he wants to be the one guy that throw that lone smoke. Crystal has one to complement it. He'll be throwing it out of apartments. That'll likely land over jungle side, so they'll cover off the 2 choke points, but again, only one smoke on jungle. Does mean the top of the stairwell will have good vision. Guardian's already up there.
Wow, that tag on Flamey put him down to 20 HP.
And that nade does decent damage back the other way, but they're already through. Speedy runs forward, as does NK, and they each pick up a kill. Guardian does go back into one of them, so it comes back to 3-on-3. Bomb is down, though. Seized makes the retake a little more possible. Catches out NK back toward the ticket booth, and look at the low HP for Dennis. He's caught out as well. And Guardian trying to do the last kill on the next. Won't get it, but Seized trades. And now NaVi's going to get the defuse, and they're going to get double digits very soon.
Yeah, this situation definitely favors NaVi. Huge. Aside from Flamey, just sealed the deal for NaVi, and they're on the board 4-1, and they really want to string together these rounds here. Let's see what kind of an approach they have here for our 6th round of this half.
So one already goes the way of the tease. There's your short smoke again. That covers off your angle from the secondary player on Cat, as well as allows them to move over to the right side of the boxes. But look at the aggression from Penta. This is what they're known for. Already down middle with those 2 M4s, one of which drops. That was Dennis, but at least they got the early kill. So it goes back to 4-on-4. Zeus is going to push right past that smoke connector. Get up underneath the window. Guardian still waiting on the backside. Does have the op. Bombs back toward T-spawn. So regardless of how the round unfolds, they have to go back for that at some point.
Yep.
And it looks like they will. And in fact, it's Seized and Guardian, which means they're going to go toward A because Zeus has connector.
Yep, he's going to be an instrumental player here for this round. Zeus is. The time.
Just get enough out of that round. They just get enough.
They'll be fine. They'll be fine. They'll get pretty much a full buy. But that round, Seized just played it out really well on that B apps and delayed the attack enough and used the Molotovs and flashes in his favor and got the kills as well. Just good play from Seized in that round, putting NaVi rather on the match point here on the rush.
So op comes out for Crystal. He's on 43 already though, tagged down. I see Zeus try and flash across from A all the way out of the corner. That would catch Nex and Speedy, but they weren't blinded up whatsoever. But look at this A stack. Flamey's already in shadow. Edwards rotated out of the window. He's already there supporting, and Zeus and Seized are also in on the action, although Dennis is going to fall back off Palace. And right now, the rest of Penta are working up toward
NaVi. There's no player in B at this point. They have zero presence. Early on, they got the trade-off 4-on-4 situation. They got Zeus in the connector, and like I called it before it happened, Zeus was an instrumental factor in the round. He got a pick on short and then got the kill on jungle, and that was pretty much round over for Penta at that point. And 4-2 scoreline on NaVi. Well, NaVi's got 2 rounds at this point, forcing Penta on a save round. Not too shabby of a start here for NaVi.
And Speedy up close with the 5-7. Quick kill on Edward. Peeked once, fell back, and then resumed his duties. He'll pick up the rifle as a result, but he's already dropped. Zeus finds him, and they're going to keep pushing on to Zeus, so it's 3 for him. Kappa, God of War, already has the hat trick. And Crystal, Dennis, all that's left. Crystal drops. Seized finds him. That's your bomb going inside the site. Flamey's going to go ahead and plant it regardless. He'll get the extra 300, but I doubt it's going to be 800 because they're getting
kills going for them, so the money is not out of control for the CTs at this point. Now they're able to get that op on Guardian's hands, and he's going to have to be instrumental here for his team to pick up this round. And I think it's going to be just the typical 3-going middle default strategy at this point, and just trying to get some map control and understanding on how Penta actually holds the CT.
Good peek through from Edward, though. Goes right through that smoke. Catches off Dennis and Connector. Speedy, though, will take over duties and actually catches them off. They weren't expecting to that quickly, but Zeus is quick to it. Already trades off and avenges his teammate. So that gives them back the one-man advantage. But look out. Look inside
Crystal.
apartments. We just saw the X-ray. Yeah, Crystal's got all kinds of information because he hears Guardian go back, and he's going to walk out completely unheard. He'll get this flank going. But Zeus is already in Connector.
Huge kill from Flamey there, just opening that site.
Well, that's the big thing. NK goes down. Nex now has to hold from the front side as Crystal's going to come in from the back. And Nex at least great shots. Look, 1, boom, 2.
This is where it comes rough for them, though. Since they only have 2 left when they won the round, it's not going to leave a lot of money on their bank whatsoever. But still, they got some decent nades, but, you know, not as much as they would want it to. Straight up play from them.
Nex opens it up again, so he came in late last round. He's got 2 early this round. Speedy's going to use this Tech 9. He's already found 1. It's Edward down on the cat. Guardian, though, is inside window, and it's him with the op this time. So he gets that kill, but bomb's already inside A, and the smokes are already off. They're limited on their re-entry.
It was the right play from Penta there. They had limited nades, so they went for the simple, straight-up play. Getting the bomb down, and situation heavily favors them at this point. But I'm pretty surprised that NaVi didn't pick up on the possibility of that being a problem for them, having the presence.
Watch Dennis, though. Yeah. He lurks up.
It didn't end up the way that he would have probably wanted, because there was a huge gap there. The Guardian utilized in his favor and got that pick. And there was only one more guy who was all the way deep inside his spawn, and basically that left the whole A-bomb site wide open, and NaVi just took the opportunity, and in the end won that 2-on-2 situation where actually, considering the health situation, it seemed a bit grim for NaVi, but Flamey getting that kill through the smoke, the diffuser sealed the deal for them.
So we do have a slight delay, a slight pause coming out. NaVi called this one.
DDoS.
So they say. We will see if that's the case. Let's hope not. Because so far it's been a great match. Very back and forth. Although we've already got word that we're going to go for the restart quite quickly. So Guardian's op has been coming on quite strong. He has found kills that have been quite important, although he's only got 6. He's on the bottom. The impact from him is Guardian, and they've got the lead again at 7.
Yep, that was another Guardian just showing off his abilities there. And NaVi has really dictated this half already. 7-6 up and forcing Penta on a save round here. And yeah, NaVi looking really poised at this point, and if it goes with this rate, I don't think Penta is even going to hit that 12 mark I was suggesting before the match started.
Well, that's the big thing, because NaVi is doing an excellent job, and again, economy broken. Early frag to NaVi. Goes the way of Zeus onto Dennis. And Flamey now contributes with his own. So Shows off his style, takes down Crystal, but next comes back, and now he's got the SMG, and look at this MAC-10. He'll just continue to peek. Doesn't even need to slow down his peek, and how much damage does it do? Zeus on 17 from that range on an SMG. That's quite insane. But Flamey's not down. He takes down NK. Revenge.
PENTA just held the fourth really well and seized the guy who was on the flank in middle. He was unable to give any type of an effort there. Just got denied. And then that sealed the deal pretty much. Guardian left in a 1-on-4 without the bomb being down. It's not possible.
And here they come again, pouring back into A. It's going to be with Force and already shut down. Look at this SMG. NK with 2, and Dennis picks up his double as well. Crystal comes in. That's your only rifle kill. It's with the FAMAS and the MP9s. 3 of them on the board, along with that MP, or pardon me, the MP7s and 1 MP9.
Yeah.
Utterly ridiculous, or vice versa. Whatever, I'm done. It's. I had it right the first time.
It's all right. All right. It's all right.
It's early in the match.
It's early.
Late in the night. We'll get things rolling. But point is, they're going to get a lot of money from that, and that's going to be more and more common for these teams. So they go for the upgrade this round. They will pull out 1 M4 for Speedy. And it's going to be Tech 9s against them because they don't get any bomb plants, so they can still use these SMGs for another. He does get seized. This does make the job easier for Crystal when he arrives, but he's only going to get 1. Flamey gets the trade.
Yeah, Crystal's just took way too much time there on his rotation from
He's
behind.
gone Palace.
Yeah.
This gives him a close angle when he walks out. Zeus heads toward the vent. They think he's back towards CT, and they're not looking at him at all. If he comes out in the right angle, although he does have an op, he has to hit the shots. With an AK right now, this might actually be an easier shot for him. They're not checking him. They're leaving the site, or are they? Okay, they're not. They're not going to get that far away because Zeus has gone all the way to B and hasn't spotted him. So Guardian will just wait before he exits, and there's no kit. Crystal's not even going to risk the op.
Yeah, there's no point. Has no kit, so just going to wait out, and he was trying to get some exit kills in the end, I believe. I don't think his intention was ever to get on a defuse, considering he had no defuse kit going for him. But yeah, that worked out well for NaVi, going in the middle and getting those picks, and just picked apart that defense. Although Crystal got a lot of information from that B push, that opening kill on aiming of his attack from Connector is going to play a huge role on how this execution is going to work.
NK's angle. This is interesting. Directly inside the snipe, but not close to any of the boxes. He's actually just waiting for the first push on ramp. Now he goes into the corner. Now he'll sit tight and stay hidden, but Zeus finds it. Double for him, Crystal and Speedy, and that's why Connector's so important from a T-side perspective. NK does get 1, pops out and times the return onto Zeus, but seized. Trades him, bomb goes down, and NaVi look like they might get 2 gun rounds in a row, and 2 gun rounds in a row early hurts the economy massively on NaVi, but they built bank. They built big bank. Or pardon me, on PENTA.
Yeah.
They built big bank early, but they still won't be able to force. I thought they might be. So, not going to happen. They'll actually pull this back, and now they've got another chance to get another round on a 3rd gun round T-side.
That was a good call from NaVi there. They went out middle.
We get this round.
Yep. Dennis is just looking for some exit kills at this point, hoping to get like 1. And Zeus is the most tagged player at this point.
And when I say cap, everyone spam cap is not God of Wars. Come on, subs. Where's the God of War? We put that in there just for this reason.
All right, 4-3 is the situation at this point. PENTA on the buy again. No off for them. Going for the 5 M4s. Again, it seems like NaVi is just going to continue a similar approach, except for the fact that Guardian went for the early pick from A slope. Does not connect with the shot, though. And he's rotating all the way back to middle again. And it's looking very similar to the earlier rounds as well. Them trying to get that mid control.
Guardian still has that op out. We haven't seen a lot from him. 3 kills. It's actually been all Zeus with the cleanup of the last round. Puts him on to 8, so he leads the way. Frag distribution's quite tight, though, on PENTA. 5-4, 6-4 is your top to bottom. Edward, though, look at the aggression. Already up past Catwalk. Gets around the corner. Catches Speedy at the top of the ladder, and he'll just hold station in case anyone else wants to push up Catwalk. Guardian's going to take the peek. It's Next that's in the backside of the B site, but Dennis spots just through the edge of the smoke. He sees Zeus coming. Spots his kneecap, shoots him in the chest, and he drops down. It's back to 4-on-4. And he'll pop out a flash just in case anyone else wanted to dare come forward. So he'll stay inside jungle. Seas does have bomb. It's back to A. That's where NaVi want to attack. And NK's up close again. He's playing so aggressive. He has the whole time. He's going to be inside the smokes when they do go for those executions, and he's going to get taken out. Seized, finds him. Flamey, excellent shot over the top toward jungle as well. That's Dennis down, and NaVi look like they're going to get more. Bomb plan already coming out, or is it? It stopped. Crystal gets...
Still waiting on the 5th guy to buy. There we go. We got the op. Let's see how they're going to be utilizing that. Crystal on the op. Where is he going to be positioning himself? Or is he going to be pushing that short? Nope, instead he's going to be peeking B apps, actually.
So flash out, smokes on short, counter smoke window. There hasn't been a lot of mid-contests so far, aside from the rounds Penta have been aggressive with rifles up close, but Dennis is falling back. He's going to be back inside the top of connector. Speedy's in jungle. They'll have a crossfire set there.
Free entry for NaVi to short, so it's going to be a B split here.
And Edwards even actually going to go up on top of ladder and hold off rotators. Crystal, though, double up. One inside apartments, the second on Cat. Now Dennis is firing through the smoke. He's going to pick up 2 of his own, and it's Zeus and Edward that drop. It's all left to Flamey. Good passive defense. Penta plays off this time. They don't go aggressive. They try something new, and it works. We're back to 5s.
Yeah, those pressure kills from Crystal with the AWP were instrumental on Penta's part there. He really picked it apart. It seemed early on that NaVi just got too much ground way too easily. But then there comes the AWP and its power in Crystal's hand. Makes it work and equals the score to 5-5. And yeah, they need to string these rounds together at this point, considering their money is not looking good. And they've only got 5 rounds at this point on the CT side. So definitely need to work it here.
It's going to be Next that gets up on the balcony at B side. He gets a little more forward this time. Crystal, again, has this op. And Dennis catches off Flamey. Great early kill as he ran into the under before that. And it's going to be all left to Guardian. And I do believe the op is worth holding on to. 3 seconds left. That's all he's going to do. He'll hold the angle that's closest of him being challenged. And Penta will take the lead back from NaVi.
Yep, definitely worth it from Guardian to save it at that point. Classic NaVi, time running out. We saw a lot of that before. I think they've speeded up their. They've been a bit faster lately in their gameplay actually, but classic NaVi, time running out there. They just really like to spend the time all the way down, and there's just one problem with it. Like I said in the previous match, that leaves very little room for error, and there we see the consequence of that.
So they'll set up again toward A. This time, Guardian's got your opening. It's NK down. His aggression, his forward play does get caught this time. Dennis responding, though. Zeus drops immediately outside Palace, so he might be a god, but he's not going to sit on the throne. As soon as he walks out of his kingdom, he's immediately countered. Now it's Nex, catching out Seized, and Edwards forward. That smoke goes late, so they won't get the vision to get the trade, and Dennis tries to go for the bomb planter. He's caught as well. It's Flamey that gets him. And it's all up to the 2 remaining players on Penta's side, and they're locked out right now, but they do at least find one. Edward goes down. They'll get it back to 2-on-2. Flamey's very low, but the bomb works as an extra man. They're going to smoke it. Crystal wants to get in on top of it. That smoke goes into the crack, so there's a little bit of gap on the left side. They may be able to see him, and it doesn't matter. They know where they planted it. Flamey sprays away, and they'll get the round. So 6 for them, and Flamey on 9 now for kills, leading the way for NaVi, the new guy on a tear.
The heavy emphasis from Penta towards B bomb side eventually cost them the round, because that early pick from Guardian, I think maybe the smoke that whoever was the CT that threw it to A slope.
Been definitely there.
Yeah, it's not always about the amount of frags. You gotta look beyond the surface, so to speak. It's always also gonna be about, you can have 20 eco frag anti-eco frags. But they're not going to be as significant as maybe 6 kills you got on instrumental or key situations. So there's more depth to it.
And it's actually Zeus that seems to be the one that will reconnect. We do have, like you say, Starix in the server. It's not often we see this coaching role become more and more of a thing. Richard Lewis and Thorne had a great discussion about it at Gfinity, how we are in a position where it is required sometimes just to be able to compose the team. But it's not often we see them on an online match being in the servers. So this is actually quite neat for them to have him on board all the time, because there's a lot of online matches played for these guys, and the more hands-on he can be, the more involved, the more aware of how the team is playing in all situations. But if we do, he's going to be forward of them. Although NaVi does like that wall of smoke play that Keed Stars and Titan also use. NK all the way forward. He's going to go right through and actually catching out on Flamey. So battle of the new boys yet again. NK comes out on top. Zeus catches him on his return back to the site. But look at Dennis already shooting him as he drops down. And that means we're back to 3-on-3. Seized trying to find information over at B. If he can push forward a little further, he'll realize Nex is beside him, and Nex is tired of waiting. He's just going to pop out, take him down with the SMG, and that brings us to 2-on-2 because Seized fell on the other side.
That may have been costing them around. Edward missing that shot, but then hits on Nex. That's going to help him a bunch.
That's big, and they'll smoke off toward jungle because this allows the bomb to cover over and get inside the site, but Spidey, or pardon me, Speedy, I almost want to call him Spidey. Maybe his senses are tingling right now because he knew Edward exactly where he fell, but Guardian gets the shot in return. The op comes out again. Impact frag for this round. He'll come back on top of that battle.
Yeah, and Seized has realized that B is empty, and he's all the way just pushing that kitchen area. Gets Nex as well. It's going to be pretty clean for NaVi from the look of it.
Spidey, Speedy, I'm done. It's in my head now.
Spidey.
Speedy gets caught. Seized gets him down. We're looking at 8-6 on the last round before half T side. This is very similar to how we just saw Flip Side go against VP on Inferno.
I would really like some aggression from Penta here. Some real pure aggression, considering they're not having any ops. They're going to be working with 4 M4s and they FAMAS.
And they've got 2 ops against them because Zeus has gone for it. But this is Penta. This is the aggression we're used to. He's going to pop it up. There's your team flash to work it out. Guardian gets forced off. An excellent teamwork. And now they fall back, or do they? They still want to get on Edward, and there's still 2 of them here, and they will. There's your M4s. That's great play from Penta. That's what we're used to seeing, and that's why it works. But the bomb's outside B apartments. If they stayed forward, they would have figured that out. Rather, they want to take the safe play. They'll both fall down catwalk, get back toward B.
Yeah, they already took the advantage, so it's a good call just to lay back and not take too many risks. But Flamey here, he's already kept up on A side. He has a lot of knowledge. He gets a pick on the sole guy on the side as well, so it's a huge opening for NaVi.
That is an opening because, like I said, Nex and Crystal fell down catwalk, which means they had to go the long way around on the rotation. They are just getting over there now. Yep. Dennis, though, has already found a kill. That helps them out. Buys them more time. Sees stuck inside mid, dealing with the battle on Crystal, and Zeus has the bomb inside the site, but he's got 2 players directly in front of him. He's playing ring around the rosy. Dennis looks the wrong way. Sees finds Crystal. Now the round is turned because Spidey's over at B. How does NaVi turn that? That had every right to go Penta's way. They had it set up, and Dennis reads it wrong. And now look at the situation. They find a bomb plan out of this.
Yeah, it's going to be a really hard retake for Spidey here.
Yeah, Kappa. But Speedy's coming in. They've already got him closed off, and we got 9-6. What a turnaround in the round.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a matter of the timings going 100% on NaVi's favor, and didn't seem like they would win that round. But 9-6 scoreline on T-side and Mirage, where I think NaVi is a very good CT team on Mirage as well. It's going to be very rough for Penta, I think.
Very rough. I mean, this is a hard comeback for them to do. And typically speaking, it's the aggression on their CT side that gets them into games. And with only 6 rounds going their way, I mean, they're not Flip Side. They aren't the team that's going to come back suddenly on T. We'll see if they can get it started with this pistol, but it's definitely the hard road now for them.
That's for sure.
As it looks like they want to set up toward A.
Huge amount of
damage. They're all down to almost single digit, and they're just going to get mopped up as Edward and Seized contribute on all of them.
Yep, they weren't ready for it. That's for sure.
That was well placed, and now they're on to 11. This could be a quick first map unless Penta find a response soon. They're going to go for these AKs early on.
Yeah.
We do have
Crystal.
A disconnect, so Crystal has left us. This time it's Penta to leave the server. And I'm just looking forward to see. Actually, there was no call, just a straight pause call. So this could be something along the lines of hack authentication. Hopefully he gets back in here quite quickly because, like I said, they are going to be going on to a bye this round. Speedy already dropping himself down to $0, and that's just with an AK and head armor. Does have the Glock. Haha, Kappa. That was...
Really?
Okay, I'm glad you picked up on that. I was waiting for you to respond. I had to throw the Kappa your way to get you there. Come on.
Penta. Already.
Man advantage. Speedy comes out from underpass right now, still staring at window, but takes the early damage. Guardian was completely aware of the angle, so Great kill from him to start things off. That gets us back on even footing. But so far, the AKs have found kills. They can't find enough. Zeus is going to make it back the way of NaVi, and seized. Excellent peek, catching off on Dennis. He's the one with the op. It's not Guardian this time, as we can see. He's got that M4 stacked up toward the window, and it's all left to NK.
Yeah, bombs down. Literally the other side of the map, and it wasn't meant to be.
Not whatsoever.
Yeah, PENTA is in a lot of deep trouble. No money whatsoever. No, 12-6 down at this point. They are opting for some pistols, but they seem to be saving. Yep, they still got the room for doing a save, nonetheless. But it's looking very hard for them.
And it's double SMG still out. MP8. That's 9-7. It's a combination of the two. It's a hybrid weapon, only used in the new patch. And there's how it's used. Zeus goes forward, excuse me, catching out on Speedy, and he gets a double, turns back on Dennis out of the backside on his re-entrance to the site, and they're going to close it off. Edward gets another op shot, catches Crystal coming out from underpass, and it's 13 now for NaVi.
Yeah, that was a mop-up there, and now we finally get a full buy from PENTA, and it is time for the huge grind from PENTA if they wanna have a showing in this map. So far, it's all been NaVi.
I'm getting called out because I said 9-7. I meant the difference. I meant the average. Obviously, that's 2. I'm sorry. Phrasing.
Oh,
Well played, chat. I do approve.
Similar approach from PENTA here, going for that middle, trying to get that middle control to begin with. But Guardian here playing very aggressively in connector area. That nade, though, it landed right on Dennis and Crystal, I believe it was.
Guardian, though, does get the first kill. And it was on a drop, so he falls back. He's got to go all the way back through connector. In fact, he's not even going to stay in window. He's so low on HP that a nade would take him down, so he has to play the backside, hoping they go for the boost and be in a good rotation spot. But they're going to catch them off. It's Dennis to drop inside connector. He can't go any further. Speedy's got the bomb. He wants to try and come back in. Does get the shot on Zeus. That changes it. NK actually gets Flamey, and they're clawing their way back into it. Next gets Edward, and suddenly it's all of a sudden PENTA's round to lose as they're going to come into the site, but never catch out sees. He's up close and sandwiched, but it doesn't matter. Look at Speedy. 2 Speedy frags indeed. Great reactions, turns the 180 and nails the second player coming back in. And Bomb Plant goes his way afterwards. That gives him an extra $300, but are flashing it off. Just the 5-7 for him.
Yeah, the timing of the smoke from CT's 2 apps, which is spot on. Crystal was just creeping up, trying to get a sneak peek towards A site, but the smoke just came in right on time.
That's the big thing.
Bit of a waiting game here going on.
Oh, who's going to play bait first? Edward's second guessing it already. He's back over to support from B inside checker. Now he'll come back. Now they see the flashes come out and the nade onto A. No smokes though. They're not out. They don't have any. It's just flashes on the entry, and there's your punishment for it as Guardian gets an easy kill, and he catches out Speedy down below, aims and fires down underneath, and NK finally answers on the Zeus, but the damage has been dealt. NK wants more. He gets 3 at least. Good effort, but not enough. NaVi's 2 away.
Yeah, Guardian's 2 kills there, playing a huge role in that round, definitely. I like the way he was actually, they smoked him off.
He wipes him up. That brings them to 9.
Yep, and that's going to force NaVi on an eco around here. Money is looking grim on their side. That was an interesting strat from PENTA, to be honest with you. They had the guys with the bomb do the first push towards A, and then they had 2 guys jumping into B very late. And then again, a bit of a double fake there, where the bomb then eventually went on to A side as well. Closing in on a 2-on-2 situation, and yeah, PENTA trying to creep in here, using this last line that they have.
Dennis, though, wins the op battle, takes Guardian down. Zeus gets aggressive. That's next out. So far, pistols not doing any damage. As we do see Flamey escape down through connector. He's going to get back toward A. He's just getting up behind them. But watch out. Speedy's aware. Already catching him off. AK looking directly at his forehead. Squeezes the trigger. Gets the kill, and now it's just Edward and Flamey. And they want to push mid. They just want to get aggressive. They just want to get kills. They just want to hurt money right now. And Flamey actually shoots Edward in the back because they cross over each other's footprints.
Still,
That makes it a little easier. In fact,
yeah,
so much for getting money away from your opponents. You just took it away from yourself.
not that much money for NaVi to work with actually, but they're still going to be buying, regardless of that situation. PENTA, let's see if they keep on doing this. They've basically just been working towards A side. Now we have Crystal with an aggressive spawn. He's just gonna push through the smoke and just jump in. And just committing to the bomb site all together right away. It's just gonna find one player there. NK gets picked off.
I'm gonna start playing games with chat where every time I say something and it's part of my cast, a nice double kill there coming out from PENTA. They've got to spam it. I said forehead last round. Now that's all they will go on about. Dennis going to find one more. It's seized to drop, and bomb's gone down. So PENTA's looking for back-to-back rounds here.
Yeah.
And this is good. They did split up the money bonus when it hit 4 rounds, and then it's been back and forth ever since. And Guardian up close does catch off Dennis. That puts us back 1 man the difference, but this bomb's been ticking for quite some time. And as a result, Edward, Guardian, they're going to run away and hide.
Yeah, they're better off saving at this point. Definitely. Those sexy kills are important, obviously, but just keep that up. It could be instrumental in the following round, as NaVi is actually in a lot of trouble with their money. PENTA with a bit of a mini comeback here, going their way, and they've crept all the way to the 11th round. So, still doable for PENTA. They've found a key, and they've been working it, but let's see how long it takes for NaVi to really catch up on the PENTA style of play at this point. They were denied in middle, and they switch up the focus towards an A side, and it's been working very well for them so far.
And here's the thing, they're gambling with this force because they know PENTA's still low on income.
Yeah.
Despite 3 rounds in a row, they've been close rounds. So if they lose this, yes, we might see 14-13 based on the anti-eco. But if they win this, they actually play for the match on a save from PENTA. So this is a good read from Zeus, or pardon me, from NaVi. There's your early nade out. That does do damage onto Zeus. He's the only one with a pistol, but Edward gets the first blood. Dennis drops, Speedy trades. This is tense. NaVi need to win this based on this income, and now it's going to be Crystal to go down. They've got the man advantage, and they're rushing it in on B. Such low HP for Nex. That fire goes in behind him, and it catches him. He takes 1 step back, and Zeus gets the kill, and NaVi gets it. They're on match point, and it's a completely broken T-side team, or is it? No, they'll be able to force. They just... That's the big thing. So Guardian falls. He'll be the first one to go back because there hasn't been anyone showing their face at A, but they're grouping in middle. They may try and come up. Nice nade coming out. NK does get Edward with that. The damage was already dealt to him prior, so Zeus responds, gets it back into 4-on-4. Crystal's still lurking at B. It's up to him to make the call if they want to go there, because right now, NaVi still has an A presence, a very strong A presence, in fact. Finally, NK gets inside connector, and Seized will take down Dennis. That's your Palace player. Now it's decision time. Where does PENTA go?
It seems like they're going to be creeping out towards the A site. That's going to be the call. Only 30 seconds left, though, so there's a lot of pressure on them.
And Crystal's joining the party. He's grabbed that bomb from the backside of mid. Already, though, NK caught, and there's still a crossfire at the top of connector. Or is there? Seized and Flamey fall off. It's just enough. Zeus, though, does it alone. He's already found Speedy, and it's just down to Crystal. Marches through with the bomb, uses the flash to his advantage, but immediately countered. Flamey in return, and NaVi take map 1.